There's a memory in your head right now, a scene from childhood, a conversation, a moment you are certain happened exactly the way you remember it. But what if I told you that a good portion of your most treasured memories never happened quite the way you recall? And some may not have happened at all. Memory feels like playing back a recording. It isn't. Every single time you remember something, you're rebuilding it from scratch. And every time you rebuild it, you can quietly rewrite it. The person who proved this is a psychologist named Elizabeth Loftus, and her work is genuinely unsettling. She showed that memory isn't a recording, but a reconstruction, and that it can be bent with almost nothing at all. In one classic experiment, she showed people a video of a car crash, then asked how fast the cars were going, but she changed a single word. Some were asked how fast the cars were going when they hit each other. Others, when they smashed into each other. The smashed group estimated higher speeds, and a week later, many of them confidently remembered seeing broken glass at the scene. There was no broken glass. One word had rewritten what they saw with their own eyes. But it goes much further than a stray detail. Loftus showed you can plant an entire memory of something that never happened. In her famous Lost in the Mall study, researchers gave volunteers short accounts of childhood events supplied by their own families, 3 true and 1 completely invented. That around age 5, they had been lost in a shopping mall and rescued by a kind stranger. About a quarter of the people remembered it. And not vaguely, they added details, described the stranger, filled in the fear of being alone. They weren't lying. They genuinely remembered an event that simply never occurred. So why would the brain be built this way? Because memory was never meant to be a perfect record of the past. It's a tool for navigating the future. Every time you pull a memory up, it becomes briefly editable. Neuroscientists call it reconsolidation, and then it gets saved again. And in that open window, it's quietly contaminated by your current mood, by new information, by what you now expect to be true. Which means the memories you revisit the most are the ones most likely to drift. The story you've told 100 times might be the furthest from what actually happened. And the price of that fragility is real. Mistaken eyewitnesses, utterly certain of what they saw, have sent innocent people to prison. So step back, and a sentence we all trust starts to fall apart. But I remember it so clearly. That is not evidence that it's true. Confidence and accuracy are barely related. Loftus found that people can hold a completely false memory with the very same certainty, the same vividness, the same emotion as a real one. And here's the twist that's hard to sit with. It isn't that you occasionally misremember. It's that your entire past is a story, told and retold by the person you are right now. So how do you live with a memory you can't fully trust? First, stop treating certainty as proof, especially for the emotional, dramatic memories, because the more we replay them, the more they get reshaped. Second, keep outside records of what matters, photos, notes, messages, instead of trusting your head alone. Third, go easy on other people. When 2 of you remember the same moment differently, it doesn't mean someone is lying. Fourth, be wary that retelling a story again and again can harden its distortions into fact. And last, accept that memory is a story, not an archive, which also means you're allowed to retell it and give your past a kinder version. Because your memory isn't a vault where the past sits untouched. It's a workshop, open every day, quietly renovating. That sounds unnerving, but there's a strange freedom hidden in it. If memory is built, then the story you tell about your own life isn't a verdict. It's a draft you can revise. So the next time you're absolutely sure something happened just the way you remember it, ask gently, am I remembering this? Or have I just been retelling it? So tell me, What's the memory you're most certain of? And when did you last actually check?